Okay, you guys, so we are back with another banging video. First, it was Offset and the IRS. Offset has cleared his amount. And now, Uncle Sam is saying to Quavo, you have some money for us, sir? And we would like to get it, please, and thanks in advance. Let's talk about it, right? Because it seems as though it is officially up for the Migos, and I don't know if you guys saw the interview with Cat Williams when he said at one point he had to help them out. Yeah. I remember Cat Williams saying something along that line. Now, also, guys, what I want to ask you guys, because I came across this the day before the Super Bowl, and I don't know if you guys are aware of this. If you are, let me know. And if not, let me know just the same, right? So you guys know that Cardi B performed at Michael Rubin's pre-Super Bowl party. I saw a clip of Cardi B, Quavo, and Travis Scott. They were having, what seems to be a chit chat. But someone in Threads alleged that Travis Scott confronted Cardi B because Cardi B owed Quavo $4 million and she was refusing to give Quavo the money that she has outstanding for him. No, when I saw it, I was like, I think this is a mischief. But they were also saying that Quavo owes the government. And now there's a report out confirming that Quavo owes the government. But irrespective of the fact that there's a report out confirming that Quavo owes the government, I still don't believe Cardi B has $4 million for Quavo because Cardi B has always been doing well in her career. And Cardi B we know she has a history of drugging and robbing men, right? But it doesn't mean that she's going to borrow someone's money and not pay them back, So I didn't talk about it because I had so many questions. I had doubts. I had reservations. I was like, that's not Cardi B's nature. Cardi B might be a lot of things, but I don't see her as someone who would borrow money from Quavo or owe Quavo $4 million and not paying back. Not only that, I was also looking, at Travis Scott. I'm saying Travis Scott is not known to be problematic. And he's not aggressive towards females. So, based on how it was worded in the sense that Travis Scott had a harsh conversation with Cardi B. And I said to myself, Travis Scott is not like that. You've never heard that Travis Scott is aggressive towards any female or anything like that. So if he did have a conversation with Cardi B, it would be him putting in a word for a friend, encouraging her to settle the debt. And I said, I don't think this is Cardi B's style to go around and owe people money. It's just not her style because once she has money, she's going to pay. And one thing we know is that Cardi B is always doing some kind of hustling, not saying that it is impossible for her to be broke. Not saying it is impossible for her to be, cornered a bit. I'm just saying that she always brags about having good money and is always getting money from dudes and is always well taken care of. So I didn't believe it, right? So I want to know, is there any truth to that? Does Cardi B owe Quavo $4 million, guys? Or is that person making a mischief? Because I don't believe it. But since as this report has come out, I said, I'm going to ask you guys. Maybe you guys know more than I do. But I don't know. I just feel like that person is making some mischief on Cardi B. I honestly do. And one thing about me, I'm going to keep it honest. I'm always going to keep it as honest as possible. That doesn't strike me as Cardi B personality. Not at all. But let's talk about Quavo because what they're saying is that he has been hit with a $3 million lien for unpaid taxes by the IRS. It's getting tough for these celebrities, If you notice, DDG said something about 2 weeks ago. DDG said that most streamers makes money than a lot of these celebrities, and I believe him because when the algorithm changes, YouTube algorithm changed. This is just my personal opinion. When the housewives started coming over to YouTube with their own podcasts, and you had a journalist like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, everyone started a YouTube movement. But then I noticed that a lot of celebrities were on TikTok and on YouTube, and I said something is going on. And then there was one celebrity who said she has made more money in a year selling pictures of her feet than she has made in 10 years as an actress. I had no idea it was that bad. So when DDG said 2 weeks ago that a lot of streamers makes more money than a lot of these celebrities, even if DDG is lying, I believe him. I 110% believe him. DDG is a lot of things, but he's egotistic, but he's not gonna lie like that. He knows what he's talking about, right? Now, let's get into this report because things seems to be really tough out here because first it was Offset owing the IRS and Offset settled his debt to the IRS, and now Uncle Sam is saying to Quavo, hey, how are you doing? You need to pay us what you owe. Have you guys ever watched Boondocks with Riley? You're gonna pay what you owe, Santa. I'm coming for that ass, Santa. You gotta pay what you owe. Boondocks. I don't know why they had to mess with Boondocks. Like, Boondocks was just the best gift to us. And they had to mess with it. They just had to mess with something good. Boondocks will forever unprecedented. But let's move on. Now they're saying, rapper Quavo allegedly failed to pay a massive 7-figure tax bill, and now the IRS has hit him with a massive lien over the unpaid amount, TMZ has learned. According to docs filed in January, Uncle Sam hit Quavo, legal name Quavo's Marshall, with a federal tax lien for money they say he owed for 3 separate years. The IRS claims Quavo owes $915,660 for 2021, $887,486 for 2022, $1,109,497.79 for 2023, bringing his total debt to $2,912,644.33. So, just a change short of $3 million. The tax lien comes months after Offset, Quavo's Migos bandmate, paid off his own 7-figure debt with the IRS. In December 2025, the IRS released a lien after saying the rapper owed $1,575,266.73 for the year 2022. So you guys know that Offset paid off that amount. You also can remember that it was reported that he wanted Cardi B to pay off that amount as a part of his divorce settlement. And then when we heard that it was paid, we thought it was Cardi B who paid it. And many of us were saying, oh, Cardi B paid the amount. But then I remember when Barnaby said she wasn't going to pay it for him. And I was like, yes, girl, do not pay it for him. Let him pay that ish himself. So I did some checks and I did some investigation, and I found out that Barney did not pay it for him. He paid it for himself. And I was like, right on, girl. I was happy she didn't pay it for him. Offset paid it for himself. I think he gambled, they said, and he won a big bet. And he bet against Stefan Diggs. I don't know, maybe he's going to 50 Cent School of Pettiness. 50 Cent needs to open a school of pettiness. He needs to call it 50 Ways to be Petty. Because The man is so we were out here thinking that Cardi B paid off that tax lien for Offset. No, she didn't. He paid it off himself. I did some checks and I uncovered that he paid it himself. Good to go. Way to go. Now it is Quavo. Man, I tell you. When a family member is missing, that's a broken link. And when Takeoff, and I think, well, before Takeoff passing, they had a little financial issues. Because as you guys can remember, as I've said, Cat Williams basically spoke about, assisting them at one point. And they were able to make their comeback and all of that. The industry is a big deal. And when you're a celebrity, you have to invest so much in your appearance. You have to be wearing designers and stuff. They need to start shop on Temu or what's that other site called? And wear the knockoffs. Wear the knockoffs and save your money. So the government doesn't have to come for you. Wear the knockoffs and save the money. Remember when Trump asked Zelensky, could you have bought a suit on Temu? Even Trump knows about Temu, so buy your outfits on Temu or somewhere there, one of these Chinese sites, because if Trump knows about it, you bet your ass. Either Trump or Melania is shopping there, if not both of them. But Trump knows what's going on in these streets, though. He knows what's going on. But I hope Quavo gets this rectified, and I have no doubt he will. It's not nice when you owe people. It's just not nice, I can relate. It's not nice, especially when you're in a position when you don't want to owe people, but you owe them, and they're coming for you, and your hands are tied. There's nothing you can do. But I hope he gets it settled. And sometimes these artists, they do have people who looks out for their best interests, and he may have a friend who may want to help him out, But that's it, guys. That's all I have to share in this video with you all. Let me know what's your take. Leave your comment below. Do all you need to on this video to support your girl. Peace.